And this is going to be a supplementary to the video I posted last night, yesterday, this morning, whenever the hell I posted it. I don't know. Minutes and hours blend together for me. I am a creature of the cosmos. Because I realized that I didn't actually include a whole lot of real information in there, and nobody really knows what's going on. So I figured I would do this, do a stream, because I haven't streamed in a week or so, 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, for which I would posit that I bet this isn't going to work, is it?
What the hell, down guy?
That might work. Currently, I am not in my bedroom in Utah. My setup is looking like that, and my sound is coming out of just a little, what you call it there? Soundbar thing. Bluetooth even. I hate Bluetooth so much. Bluetooth is one of the most garbage things you can do to audio. It's terrible. It's so bad. It's ugly and it's gross and it's disgusting. And don't talk to me about Bluetooth audio. If you're gonna come up to me and be like, yeah bro, I wanna put a stereo in my car, and then in the same breath you say, I wanna have Bluetooth capability, walk away. We don't Bluetooth and audio. We can Bluetooth data. We can send pictures on Bluetooth because that data is gonna come in all in ones and zeros. Bluetooth does not audio. It is not designed for it. It is not built for it. It doesn't work for it. We do not Bluetooth audio. I don't know how many times I can say this in a row before people start to understand it. Even though Bluetooth has a media protocol, you can still hear the errors in the transmission. What are we doing and where are we at? That's what this is all for. So I am in, funnily enough, not my childhood bedroom really. It's I'm back at my mom's house in the old bedroom that I used to live in back in ye olden days. And anyway, we took a road trip, 20 straight hours of driving. That was fun. Genuinely fun, not sarcastic fun. It was actually entertaining. I love that. Took the back roads the whole way because humans and interstate, and they have no idea what the hell they're doing, so we took the back roads. And it literally added like an hour and 15 to the whole trip, according to Google. I don't know. By the time I got here, I wasn't paying attention. I think I only was on the road for 18 hours. I don't think it was 20 hours. But I was awake for 26. So, yeah. Did it all in one go. When I go on road trips, I don't do hotels. I don't stop somewhere, and I'll pull off the side of the road, lay the seat back, and take a nap for 2 hours, and then head back out again. That's what I do road trips. If I'm planning on being on the road for a week or so at a time, then I'll stop and maybe do a hotel or something. But if I'm doing that, I'm planning that I need somewhere to sleep, and that somewhere to sleep is generally going to be the car, because A, it's cheaper, and B, it's my space. It doesn't smell funny, it doesn't sound funny, it's all mine. It's me. And for my sleep quality, I require me. So we did back roads from northern Utah to southern Arizona, about 18 hours. I'm down here. I got a buddy that's been badgering me for the last year or so to come down and fix all of his cars. So now I'm down here fixing his cars. I told him, I was like, I got bills to pay. As long as I can pay my bills, everything else is kosher. We're golden. I don't care. I don't have to be, I would like to be in my house, but I don't have to be in any particular space or place or area. I can tell you that I'm currently sleeping on an air mattress on top of a futon, and it's definitely not my bed. It is definitely not my mattress. So that's interesting. I also don't have, you'll notice I'm holding the microphone again, like I did like 6 months ago when I started this crap, because I didn't bring my 3D printed little stand with me. So it's set the camera on the Bluetooth speaker kind of in the way of my monitor, and put the mic up against the pillow again, like, you know, ye olden days, but ye olden days if we're talking the lifespan of a fruit fly kind of thing. I'm down here, and maybe I should give you guys like a list. How about that? A list of the things that I need to do. So, while I'm down here, I've already started work on the Forerunner. You'll get those videos of stuff I've already done incoming in the next... I hope to have 1 or 2 of them coming down the pipe tonight. I don't know 100%. I'm going to go back and watch them again now that it's a different day. Sometimes when I get frustrated with the software, I have to just save it, close it, walk away, come back to it later. So, we will see if they are acceptable, the footage. Why does it look like I have a smoothing filter turned on? Anybody see that? I have more lines in... There we go. I have more lines in my face than that. I'm getting old. You can see the lines. For some reason, it looks like I have a smoothing filter turned on. Whatever. Getting distracted. Anyway, I have 2 videos that I've cut together. I've got... I can actually tell you right now. 2 in there and 9, so 8 in here. So 10. I have 10 total recordings, video clips, that I also need to go through and get sorted and start editing, just cutting all the nonsense and the superfluous and the stuff we don't need out of it, so that I can get those coming down the pipe. So I bought a pair of dash cams, partially so that when people try to murder me, I can just roll back through the footage and like, yeah, look, they were trying to kill me. But partially because I wanted to record the whole trip, the entire 20-hour trip. I wanted footage of that. I didn't necessarily need it to be like full 30, 60 frames footage, like video, because what I was going to do is I was going to time-lapse the whole trip down to like 3 or 4 minutes anyway. And then I was going to use that, cut some little clip out of it, 10, 15 second clip that was kind of interesting, or cut bits and pieces of it together that were sort of interesting. Put it all together and make that my intro for the whole time that I was down here in Arizona, and all the videos that I posted from down here. The dash cams didn't do what I wanted them to do, so they have a mode called park mode. Okay? What it's supposed to do is you supply power to it and it's off. Okay, you shut the engine off, but they're powered. So it's got, I guess it's got some way to detect that, and I don't have that. That's probably the issue. I have to look into it. I was frustrated with it the other day, so I'm not doing it when I'm frustrated. That's just silly. Don't do things when you're angry. But what I wanted, because in park mode, it takes a still every 1 second. So you get 1 frame per second. 1 frame per second driving down the road is more than sufficient. It's not going to show you like the fine details and everything, but as kind of slowly as things happen while you're driving, which is the reason people get distracted in the first place, 1 frame per second is fine, right? So you speed that up and you time lapse all of those images together into a video, and you compile them all and put them into a video, and you would have you would have a video. You would see it would be stuttery, but it'd be you'd see stuff moving. But yeah, that didn't happen, so I didn't get the footage that I wanted to use for the intro for all of this stuff. So now I haven't posted the 2 videos that I've kind of got cut together, simply because I want to put a little intro on them. Like, I guess I could do like a still image of the Forerunner or something because of the Forerunner, and then make the title just the video I posted. If you watched it all the way to the end, you saw the little skit that we did, and I was trying to tell him, I was like, don't ham it up. Just act like I just walked up here right now. Just exactly how you would act normally. Just do that. We did like 5 takes, and what you saw at the end of the last video was the least hammy that I could get out of him for whatever reason. Like, I guess he's, I don't know. And I put the camera so that like he wouldn't be looking into the camera, so it wouldn't be something like on his mind. So I was like, okay, just interact with me. I'm here. Interact with me. Right? You're not interacting with my viewers, you're not interacting with the stream. They don't even need to see your face, really. Like, just, I'm walking into the shop, and obviously it's staged because the camera's already in there, right? Everybody knows this. But I thought it would be funny to come down here, and because initially my plan was I was going to post, the first video I posted was going to be just a 5-minute clip of me doing the brake pads on the 4Runner, or whatever vehicle needed brake pads. He said something needed brakes, and I was like, yeah, we'll check them out when I get down there. Okay, cool, I'll wait for you. So literally the first video I was going to post was going to be clickbait. It was going to be me replacing some brake pads, and the title was just going to be, I drove 1,000 miles to replace a set of brake pads, or some shit like that. Like, I was planning on clickbaiting it just to be funny, because I genuinely have no desire to make my way via clickbait. It was going to be, you know, satire, right? It was going to be a farce intentionally. But I still have yet to touch the brake. It does need front brakes. We just determined that yesterday or today. So we're going to do the front brakes. But I've got the whole front suspension torn apart because we're replacing all of the steering components and all of the suspension components in the front. And all there is on the rears is the spring mounts, the shocks, which we're going to do the shocks, and then sway bar end links. There's a what do you call it? A panhard bar. I usually call it a something like an alignment link or something. It's the bit that keeps the axle from just twisting around and moving around. It's just the single link that comes down from the body to the axle to keep it straight and on the vehicle correctly. You've got him, but he's not. It's not loose or anything. It seems to be okay. The complaint is a vibration, and I can tell you this: pulling apart the front end of this 4Runner, 60% of it has been loose. Like, for instance, pulling the lower control arms off. You pull the lower control arms off, you have to pull the sway bar links because the sway bar is attached to the lower control arm. Makes perfect sense. The passenger side lower link isn't even really attached. Like, the nut's on there, but it just jiggle moves around a bunch. One of the complaints is a bunch of noise when he goes over bumps. Well, there's your noise. All of the cotter pins, which you'll see in various, I'm not going to pull them out and separate them like here, this is us pulling apart the 4Runner video, and then this is us putting together the 4Runner video. I'm doing it as what I'm doing daily, right? So they're daily videos kind of thing. Even though I'm not posting them daily, it's fine. Hold the hell down, guys! Yeah, I know. I get it, guys. I get it. You will see, if you watch the videos, the way we've kind of prioritized them is McGee's going to be the brunt of the income, so we're going to prioritize his vehicles, namely 94 4Runner. We've got to do suspension, steering, brakes. We figured out a wire, which you'll see that in the first video that I post. There was a funny electrical issue that I figured out, and it was just a wire that was messed up. Then I've got to figure out, so one that's going to take a little bit of time, maybe the entire time I'm down here, I don't know, is diagnosing the rich condition. We got to figure out why it's running so incredibly rich. Like, you smell liquid fuel driving down the road. It's bad. But being that it's an OBD1 Toyota, It's going to take some time to diagnose. It's not, I can't just like plug a scanner in and look at all the numbers and like, oh yeah, okay, that sensor, that's why. So I'm going to have to actually go through with the O-scope and a multimeter and actually do proper electrical diagnostics, which will be a video in itself probably. That'll be fun, genuinely fun, not sarcastically fun. After the Forerunner, this coming Sunday, because he takes Sundays off every week, I'm going to grab his work truck, and it's got NOx sensor code, oxygen sensor code, misfire code, throttle position sensor code, and two other ones that I can't remember off the top of my head. Oil pressure sensor, I don't know if I said that. But it's got a bunch of codes. Half of them are probably going to be the same thing. It's going to be, so when you hit the gas and then you let off, right? So from high idle coming down to normal idle, cylinder number 2 is misfire. Okay, he's already replaced 2 coils, and it very well could just be a coil is bad. It happens. It could very well be that all of the coils are going to continue failing until he's replaced all 8 of them. It's entirely possible. I have seen that before. You replace this one that's failed, and then the next one fails. So you replace that one, then the next one fails. Replace that one. And you go all the way through until you've replaced them all. And a lot of times the customer will get irritated with that, because like, well, you fixed it. Why does it do the same thing when you fixed it? Guy, it's a 20-year-old car. Things are going to fail. Anyway. I've got to diagnose the things. I got to look at all the numbers. I've got a list. Actually, I just pulled it out of my pocket. Got 2 lists, one from VatoZone, one from Joe Riley's, of just all of those parts. Everything there was a code for, I just got a price for, just in case. I don't know. So the Chevy's got misfire stuff, and it's running poorly. And apparently the people that did the wiring to turn it into a work truck in Indiana. Fort Wayne. They didn't do a very good job. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. That's rumor and scuttlebutt. That's just what I've heard. So I need to check out some electrical stuff on the Chevy also. Then there is a Dodge Dakota 90s V6 that needs the engine replaced. I don't know why it needs the engine replaced, other than currently the engine that was in it is now in the bed mostly. The block's still in the body, but the heads are rusting in the bed, the intake's in the bed, everything's in the bed. No idea why. So I've got to replace the engine. After that, there's his mom's van. Needs a bunch of work. It's been sitting for the last like 6 months or something, I don't know, because there's a battery drain. I confirmed there's a battery drain. I actually took a video of it that I'm going to attach to the front end of the diagnostic video for doing that van. So you guys look forward to that. It needs motor. It needs all the motor mounts. The engine just goes boom, 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 boom. It's fucking hysterical. Oh, then after the van, we've got my mom's truck needs some work. Needs a timing belt, water pump. Probably some stuff. It definitely needs some stuff checked out on the brakes. The brakes have always been funny, so I gotta check the brakes. Now that I'm down here and I have time, like specifically I'm here to do car stuff. So now that I'm down here and I have the time, I'm gonna do that. Got a bunch of stuff around the house to do. Straighten out the rear door, finally, after 20 fucking years of it being not square. Finish up the shower and stuff for the master bath that I never ended up finishing years ago when I had other things going on distracting me. My buddy's Eclipse that we have to, he wants to redo the stereo, so he wants to update the speakers, he wants to add tweeters, he wants to get rid of the 2 giant 12s that are in there, and I'm trying to convince him that 2 8s would be more than sufficient for his needs. because 1.8 would give you good sound down to about 60 hertz. 2.8s should be able to move enough air if you put them in a single fourth order box down to 40 or 30 hertz. The only reason you need 12s if you're trying to get subsonic, if you're trying to get 15, 20 hertz. Possible battery drain on his dad's truck, and I think suspension and brakes that I need to look at on his dad's truck. Probably suspension, maybe a battery drain on. So yeah, I got a bunch of stuff to do, and ideally I can get them done quickly enough and efficiently enough that they could pay my bills for the next couple of months. I might end up having to go and get like a regular job again, if and or until I can make this do the thing. But I think for right now, that's it for this stream, just because its primary purpose was just do a stream, because I haven't done a stream in a while, and to record a little video segment kind of explaining where I am physically, like what has happened, where I've gone, and that is to Arizona, where the local network that I have access to is kind of crap. That is, the update for what has been going on and what is going on. And I will get this posted hopefully tonight. And as always, don't forget to like it, subscribe it, crank it, and rip it. Hope you folks have a good night.